everybody's thought pretty extensively about interstellar objects like the Hubble telescope and everything that it's seen. All those crazy gas formations and asteroids, comets, whatever it may be. What if I told you that before October 19th, 2017, everything that we had ever observed had originated in our solar system? It was on October 19th, 2017, that's when scientists using the Pan-STARRS telescope at the Haleiwa Observatory in Hawaii first observed the interstellar object Oumuamua. It was a small object estimated between 100 and 100 meters long, with its width and thickness both estimated between 35 and 167 meters. What was interesting about this object is the way it entered and exited our solar system. The trajectory in which it came from, trajectory analysis for Oumuamua, believes it to have originated from the Lyra constellation, although it shows no correlations to any nearby stars or formations. It traveled along a hyperbolic path into our solar system after slingshotting and ejecting itself around the sun. This is where the confusion begins to happen. As it enters its exit path around the sun, it begins to accelerate faster than gravity can account for. And furthermore, it is not, scientists believe it's not due to outgassing, as it's not made of any material that could potentially cause that. It could be made out of hydrogen, and because hydrogen would not leave a trail. What outgassing is basically when ice or some other meltable material gets heated up by the sun or a nearby star and leaves that like trail behind a comet, that generates a little bit of thrust. That's basically what a comet is. But the only way for that to happen and not leave a trail is if it was some material like hydrogen or something, which would imply like interstellar hydrogen icebergs, which simply there is no evidence for as of now, which it is potentially still an explanation. What they believe it is more likely is a solar radiation pressure is what is causing this to move. So if it is shaped like, it was said to be shaped either like a long cigar or a flat disc. They're kind of disputed on what it was shaped like, whether it was a long cigar shaped object or a flat pancake like disc. If it was the second, it could easily be propelled using solar radiation pressure, which is kind of like the solar wind moving. It's like a sailboat, but with like very, very light material that can absorb all of that solar radiation. And interesting enough, the name Oumuamua translates relatively to first distant messenger. And funnily enough, in recent years, scientists have began to formulate a plot to actually catch up with Oumuamua as it exits our solar system, because I'm not explaining it in the right way, but so the formation in which, like the shape of it, is not naturally occurring, and also its like actual composition was quite puzzling. So one side of it would reflect light at a much higher rate than the other would, which again supports the light sail theory of that like device, which would essentially act as an interstellar sailboat, which would use the solar radiation to propel itself forward. And yes, in January 2022, researchers proposed that a spacecraft launched from Earth as a codename Project Lyra could catch up to Oumuamua in 26 years. But for them to do such a thing, they would have to either pull a gravitational maneuver around the sun or Jupiter. If you do it around the sun, you would have to obviously use something like the Parker Space Probe, probably even greater heat shielding than that, and slingshot yourself around the sun to where you could then reach a greater velocity as to whatever Oumuamua is traveling at. And with Jupiter, it's the same thing, just since Jupiter is not as big as the sun, it's going to take longer. And then you would just see whatever the hell this thing is. It sounds like a lot of like pointless nonsense, but if it is potentially a like light sail, piece of technology that's just been drifting through space. That, or it's just a piece of like I said, yet discovered hydrogen icebergs or some sort that are just floating around interstellarly. Because that is like pretty much the only material that would allow it to outgas and cause thrust while still maintaining no observable trail, would be hydrogen. But unfortunately, hydrogen does not just occur naturally in that sort of formation, so that's why they don't believe hydrogen that was causing. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.